Hello, we're back at it again with more Zenless Death Zone Stranding Zero. Conceptually the same. I haven't streamed Death Stranding since Sunday, and I'm kind of missing it already. I mean, I played a bunch yesterday, and I was just doing like a housekeeping in that one big region. Just trying to complete like the roads and yeah. Give me a second here. Let me just do a little bit of an audio check. Kind of don't have my voice today. I was in meetings all day, so I'm gonna try and take it easy tonight for the sake of my own voice box, for the most part, since I believe that Zenless Zone Zero is like kind of a mix of reading and also voiced, so this could also be rough on my voice, but we'll manage. Anyways, we've got Yuzuha. She's not fully built, unfortunately, because I was farming the wrong things. I was farming the wrong materials. But we do have her full set. We don't have the W engine. We don't have the W engine like fully uncapped, unfortunately, and none of her core skills are leveled. But we're gonna try and manage. I mean, there's always tomorrow for us, and I could just...
Got a new ghost story to share?
I could just fully build Yuzuha tomorrow. It's just that she won't be optimal right now. Anyway, let me just go say hi to Sir Gagaman stream. There's a bunch of new things. We're just gonna focus on the main story for now. It looks like it's also pretty lengthy. I see one of the other people that I've been following has already dropped like 3 hours in just the main story, so I expect it to be decently long. Pretty funny. Zenless Zone Zero is also been hopping on like is also hopping on that pretty lengthy storyline, kind of like the same as like Honkai Star Rail. People might not agree, but like I really like longer storylines. Like, give me that visual novel experience, you know. Yeah, people are complaining about longer storyline these days when it comes to like Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero. But I'm fucking thriving. I got all day. I got all week. Tomorrow exists for me, and I think one of the main reasons why people don't like it is that they want to run down the entire story in one sitting, forgetting that tomorrow exists for them. The game will be there tomorrow. Don't need to rush yourself. Take it easy. It's all just a matter of pacing, right? Okay. Anyways, Yuzuha looks great. She looks amazing. Found like the secret sauce to like rolling. And it's to the secret to rolling is to have OBS on the side. I've been having like absolutely dog awful luck recently with the Zenless Zone Zero. Straight up back to back like 50-50 losses. And even worse, like losses on the W engine, which is like a 75% to 25% chance of losing. 75% chance of winning, 25% chance of losing, and I lost like back to back with like W engine, which feels even worse. Absolutely worse than losing the 50-50s. But I found the secret sauce to rolling in this game, and it's the secret is to have OBS on the side, start recording your rolls, And the game, I swear, somewhere in the code of these gacha games is designed to give you like better chances if you have OBS on, a link to the game, and you're streaming. Might be crazy to say, but that's just what I like to believe. Anyways. But yeah, I got better rates. Working off that theory, I managed to like only lose like one of the 50-50s for yuzuha, so we're doing pretty well. Better than the average for me, at least. It says, here you are, Belle. Y'all look so serious. What's haps? What's the haps? Panda says, perfect timing, Junior. I was just about to call for you. You got a minute? There's something I want to discuss. Sure.
Junior, you remember Damien, right? The head of Porcelumex in Waife Peninsula. He sent someone to us with a banquet invitation.
A banquet?
A banquet invitation? Judging by the look on your and my brother's faces just now, I thought he had sent some kind of legal notice.
It's probably worse.
He wouldn't dare. If it weren't for all of us from Yunque Summit helping him take care of the Exaltists, he wouldn't be living the good life now. But as for the invitation, it does seem to have a connection with the corruption incident.
Here's the situation. Even though Top suppressed any media about the Exaltists causing chaos in Waife Peninsula, news had already spread citywide.
Tops is kind of moving like how the IPC are moving.
The production
I
of
don't trust them at all.
is super important, and neither Tops nor Porcelumix can pretend that nothing happened. So, over the next 2 weeks, Tops will lead a security investigation in Waife Peninsula and urge a swift return to business as usual.
But what does the security investigation have to do with the banquet?
Think about it, Junior. With an investigation happening, many relevant people will have to come to Waife Peninsula. Porcelumex has to fulfill its duties as a host and entertain everyone. Although the security investigation doesn't involve Yunque Summit, that Damien kid is pretty cunning. He'll leverage all his connections and resources to get closer to us.
Senior Suryuan told me that right after the corruption incident was over, Damien sent a generous gift, but Shifu turned it down. We were just discussing whether we should attend this banquet. According to Shifu's philosophy, Yunque Summit shouldn't get too close to Porcelumex. But since we're active in Waife Peninsula, we still have to consider maintaining a working relationship with Damien.
Of course, that's reasonable.
If you ask me, now is the perfect time to attend such a banquet.
Yeah, it's just a social event, right?
Why do you say that, Senior?
Shifu and Senior Shuyuan returned to Yunque Summit a while ago and won't be back anytime soon. If the three of us attend the banquet, it'll show Damien some respect without drawing too much attention. Besides, he already knows Shifu isn't around, so it's not like she's deliberately avoiding him.
What about Senior Fufu?
Wait, what about Senior Fufu?
Well, yesterday we happened to learn that she had failed her arithmetic course, so Shifu called her back overnight for remedial lessons. I'm afraid she won't be able to make the banquet this time.
She's I guess they already had like the entirety of 2.0 dedicated to them, so they're not coming back anytime soon.
I didn't expect the academic standards at Yunque Summit to be so strict. Anyway, getting back to the point, I think your reasoning makes sense. We should go to this banquet.
I agree. Plus, I have a feeling there'll probably be some pretty influential guests at the banquet. We might be able to gather some useful information.
All right, it's settled then. We'll do Porcelumex a favor and attend the banquet.
They're gonna owe us one. Belle, Why says Belle, the Porcelumex banquet is set for tomorrow night at the banquet hall on the second floor of Yum Cha Sin. Let's meet up in front of Yum Cha Sin then, okay. Chapter 2, Season 2. They call it Season 2. The next day, after taking care of some personal matters, evening arrives.
Wise and Senior Inhu must have gone to Yum Cha Sin. Better go meet them there.
Why does yuzuha run like that? Why says, Belle, you sure took your time getting here. Senior Panda is starving. Panda says, haha, I saw some premium tangerine peel the other day and couldn't help but splurge on it. Been pinching pennies ever since, but now it's finally time to treat myself to this feast. To be honest with you, Wise, I didn't have lunch today either. We're hungry. You two were acting all cool and nonchalant yesterday. Oh dear. I have a feeling we've fallen right for Damien's trap. You're overthinking it. It's just a meal, no big deal. Panda says, exactly, Junior. Overthinking isn't good for your health, you know. Alright, enough chit-chat. Since everyone's here, let's get moving. Sweetie! My beloved. Welcome to Yumcha-sen, esteemed guests of Porcelumex. Please head to the banquet hall on the second floor. Alright, let's start. You're about to enter immersive storytelling. A bunch of cutscenes will start playing. Make sure you set aside some time to make sure that you go through all of the cutscenes. You then arrive at the banquet hall on the second floor. Oh hey, we're actually inside Yumcha-sen. I wonder if we're gonna be coming back to this place. Wise says, I didn't expect so many people to show up. Looks like this YFA inspection is quite the big deal. Well, it was a huge mess. We gotta keep our guard up for this investigation. Wise says, yeah, you're right. You've right? Yeah, you're right. Even without the exaltists causing trouble, there's still a lot of conflict between the workers and Porcelumex regarding work safety. It'd be great if we could resolve all these problems as well. Wise continues, oh right, since Damien sent us the invitation, let's go say hi to him. I don't wanna. Can I not say hi? Panda says, hey Junior. Hey Junior, so Senior's gonna have to pass on this one. I just don't vibe with that Damien kid, so I'll spare myself the headache. Wise says, Belle and I will go. You enjoy your dinner, Senior? Try to make up for Shifu and the others' portions, too. Wise says, Belle, let's go. Damien is right over there. I don't like him either. Wait, where'd my panda hat? Where'd my hat go? Did you get all the orders? Okay. Said eat all you can banquet here. I kind of want to go for some Chinese.
The mystics from Yunquay Summit have arrived. As the host, having at least you two and Master Pan show up for this dinner banquet is truly an honor.
Mr. Damien, it seems like you're a little disappointed that our Shifu couldn't make it today.
Not at all. You're all disciples that Ishwan Shifu trusts deeply. Even from afar in Yunquay Summit, she entrusted you to attend on her behalf. This in itself is a gesture I can appreciate.
I still don't like you.
Please, make yourselves at home tonight and enjoy the banquet. If there's anything you'd like to eat that's not being served, just let me know directly.
He updated his model. Teasingly asked Damien about the current situation.
Mr. Damien, with so many people here for the security investigation, do you even have time to worry about our dinner?
It's part of my responsibility to take care of the guests, but I understand what you mean, Master Bell. Considering that the Exaltists appeared in Yfe Peninsula, and Porcelumex is responsible for security, I might seem a bit too relaxed. To be honest with you both, although my official title is General Manager of Porcelumex and Yfe Peninsula, my main responsibility is actually overseeing production. Hollow Security was originally managed by someone else, who was appointed by corporate executives. Though, of course, they have since been relieved of that responsibility.
I understand now. No wonder you were so willing to provide clues earlier, Mr. Damien. Seems like you had already anticipated the situation. Sounds like you're about to take over security duties, too. Congrats on moving up another rung at Porsalumex.
Come now. No need to be cheeky. Things have been rather difficult for me. I'm lucky just to be holding on to my current role, especially with how nerve-wracking it's been getting everything ready for the security investigation. But after seeing the guest list with my own eyes earlier, I finally felt a bit of relief.
Oh? Why's that?
Ha! Why don't you have a look for yourselves? There are quite a few guests at tonight's banquet, but in reality, they all fall into just a few categories.
There's somebody there. There's a unique character in the background.
All these elegantly dressed guests are senior officials from TOPS. The fact that everyone who was invited has turned up is a clear indicator that the connection between TOPS and Porsalumex remains strong. Their presence allows us to demonstrate to the military and government that TOPS is fully committed to the safety of Waifei Peninsula. We also sent invitations to the relevant city government departments, but no one showed up, which suggests that the government doesn't want to get involved in the sensitive matters happening between TOPS and the military and Waifei Peninsula. They would prefer to steer clear and let us work things out on our own.
I heard that TOPS and the military often butt heads over Porsalume issues. But it seems the situation is even worse than I imagined.
Oh, is that why the Oboe squad starts showing up recently? Especially in the especially when you go around like Hollow Zero, you could run into them randomly.
It is a serious matter, but not something we avoid discussing. The military is the biggest buyer of Porsalume, and by controlling Waifei Peninsula, TOPS essentially controls their most critical resource.
What is Porsalume again? Oh, the materials required to craft W engines, if I recall correctly.
So, it would prove quite difficult if the military chooses to take this chance to cause trouble.
It seems that knowing who's from the military guest list is the key to understanding the situation.
Correct. Do you see that lady over there? She's the military's representative.
But she's not wearing a Defense Force uniform. Isn't this supposed to be a formal event?
That's because Missy Zolda is not a military officer. She's a research consultant. Instead of sending high-ranking officers, they hired a civilian to attend, which sends a clear message. They don't intend to investigate this matter further.
Or she might be secret cracked, and he's not being cautious enough.
Of course, though production was limited after the corruption incident, Porsalumex didn't delay any orders from the military. So, it appears they have acknowledged our sincerity.
He's taking it too easy here.
No wonder you're so relaxed now. There's no more pressure from TOPS executives, the government, or the military. But what about the rest of the guests? I see a lot of older individuals here too.
Those are members of the inspection team, leading experts in the ether industry. They'll be overseeing the security investigation while providing us with valuable insights. It took great effort to invite these academic giants.
Dear guests, may I have your attention for just a moment? It is my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you here today.
Looks like it's time for the real hosts to give their speech.
Dear guests, thank you for coming to Phylum Heights
That
to
is
participate in the Waifei Peninsula Security
the worst
Investigation.
fucking shirt I have ever seen in my life.
Co-Chief Executive Officer of the Porsalumex Group.
That is the worst shirt I have ever seen in my life.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Ferox, also Co-Chief Executive Officer.
I've seen Lucro and Ferox on TV before. They run Porsalumex together. Mr. Damien, those two must be your direct superiors, right?
That's right. After the fall of the old capital, Porcelumex's management went through a major reshuffle. Those two were the ultimate victors, but now they're secretly competing against each other.
Haha, they're moving like you. They're moving like how clans move in Yakuza. Is it okay for you to talk about your superiors like that?
Is it okay for you to be talking about your superiors like that?
I completely trust both of you, so I feel comfortable speaking openly.
Trying to figure out what the deal is with this guy. I feel like he's the climber type.
The previous head of security was one of Ferox's trusted subordinates, but now he's been dismissed. Both of the big bosses are eager to fill that position with their own people. The reason I was able to become the nominal head of Waifei Peninsula was because I don't belong to either side, so I can't disrupt the balance of power in this competition. But the price of remaining neutral is that I've completely lost any chance of moving up.
Oh.
And if I were to take sides, it could come at a fatal cost, destroying everything I've worked so hard to build.
He's trying to take their place, I think. He wants to take their place.
We will work closely with everyone here to reinforce our security measures and deliver a report to the public that we can be proud of. Ladies and gentlemen, the security investigation will officially begin tomorrow. For now, please relax and enjoy the banquet.
Well, the big shots have finally finished their speeches. Thank you both for accompanying me. It's the only reason my good mood's still intact.
He's trying to be oomph. I don't trust you at all.
Enjoy the banquet. I've got to go face some heat from my superiors now. If you'll excuse me.
Belle, now that Damien's left, what should we do next?
What do you have in mind? I'll follow your lead.
What do you have in mind, Wise? I'll go with whatever you decide.
After hearing all that from Damien, I'm curious about the guests. He's hard to read, and who knows how much of it was true. Let's split up and look around the banquet hall.
Yeah, me when I'm in like a company party, I usually just stick to whoever's in my team. I know you. She's the she's very pretty. Huh. Interesting. Interesting placement of molds. Also, I like her hair. Ah, but she's got a rat tail, though. It's that fucking Hoyo rat tail design. Ferox and his ugly ass shirt. Actually, you don't know which one of them is the one with the ugly ass shirt. Ferox says, such a major incident in Waifei Peninsula has caused great alarm. We have betrayed your trust with our negligence. Oh. The top's guest says, no, everyone knows the risk of producing porcelain in the hollow, and who knows when those exaltists might pop up again. It's impressive how Damien, the head of your Waifei Peninsula branch, acted decisively to root out the exaltists, preventing even bigger losses. Ferox says it's rare to see such gumption in young people these days, all thanks to Mr. Lucro's constant guidance. Lucro says, you flatter me. But it's really all thanks to Mr. Ferox's eye for talent, finding such a gem like this. The top's guest says, look at you being look at you two being all formal with each other. We spend all day hunched over our desks, so it's rare we get to head out like this. Let's just think of this trip to Waifei Peninsula as a little vacation. Ferox says, we're truly grateful for your kind words. Waifei Peninsula isn't quite like the throne quarter, so please excuse our humble hospitality. The Top's guest says, with Porcelumix hosting, how could anything be less than perfect? The Top's guests at the venue appear relaxed, definitely not looking like they're here to hold Porcelumix accountable. On the contrary, Lucro and Ferox remain hostile in their exchanges, even in front of the Top's executives. Damien says he hasn't sided with either party, and it seems to be true. But just thinking about dealing with those two higher-ups gives me a stomachache. Props to him for managing to walk that tightrope. Why are we trying to be friendly with a somebody from Tops? I don't fully trust them. After everything that we just did in like 1.7, was it? What is he looking at? He's online. Line. Professor Walker. The inspection agent says, Professor Walker, how's that project you mentioned earlier coming along? I think it has real potential. Professor Walker says the direction looks unpromising. The direction looks promising. I completely read that wrong. But the requirements for experimental equipment and environment are too high. I'm getting headaches every day over funding issues. The inspection expert says, you better make the most of this chance. With all the Top's VIPs here, all it takes is a little nod and boom. It's a done deal, right? The inspection expert says, I'm on good terms with some of them. Want me to introduce you? Professor Walker says, yes, please, thank you. The inspection expert says, it's no big deal, but you and your star pupil should think about helping me with my research project too, right? Professor Walker says, sure will. Many experts in the inspection team seems to know each other. Bella's thinking to herself. Rather than focusing on their duties as part of the inspection team, everyone seems more interested in their own research projects. Well, that's only human nature. But if they get Tops as a sponsor, you can't really say anything about the affairs in Wi-Fi Peninsula anymore, right? Senpai, what's he doing? Is he stuffing himself? Too busy stuffing himself? Panda, how can I interact with him? Oh, it's F. I've been so used to playing, like, I think it was like spacebar to interact with things in like Persona 5X. Senpai Panda says, hey miss, we're out of Lazuli Chashu here. Better restock soon. The waitress says, alright, please wait a moment. I'll head to the kitchen and take care of that for you. Panda says, hey, no rush. I heard Porcelumix brought in a special guest chef today. You've got to know how to make lobster 3 ways, right? Let's start with 3, each prepared differently. Remember, for the vermicelli and the steamed one, go easy on the oyster sauce and the garlic paste, and don't forget to add sea urchin when making the creamy baked version. The waitress says, alright, got it. Whoa, you're just straight up ordering? Panda says, hey, we're just getting started. Time to show you what this pandathyrin is made of. Panda says, alright, if I can't finish my food, I can get it packed up to go, right? The waitress says, yes, of course. Hold up, you're getting it to go? Panda says, sure. Takeout might not taste quite as good, but with these top-notch ingredients, I can work some magic when I get home and turn it into another amazing meal. Saves a ton of money, too. Panda says, listen up, miss. I want 3 portions of each of these. Braised goose feet and abalone sauce, duck in a treasure pot, amber custard pastries, crab meat coin dumplings, vegetable crystal shumai. Alright, just throw in a couple of ounces of that. Oh my god, he's fucking going. My senior brother's been having trouble sleeping lately and it's getting worse. This will be a perfect nourishing meal for him. Some big orders here. Alright, after that. Alright, I've already made a round through the banquet hall. Time to meet up with Wise again. Kuya.
Oh, Belle, you're back. How was it? Find anything interesting?
How should I put it? Judging by the guests, The security investigation doesn't seem as serious as I thought. The experts and top staff were even chatting and laughing. What everyone cares about isn't the Exaltists, or even the safety of Wife Peninsula, but how to get the porcelain supply back on track.
I completely agree. The security investigation is mainly a way for the city's upper circles to align their intentions, as well as a gesture to reassure the public. Even if there are some safety risks with production inside the Hollow, as long as they're not too serious, I'm sure they'll just sweep them under the rug. But let's not worry about that now. It's not every day you get Porcelumex picking up the tab. What matters most is enjoying the food.
We're like, the vibes are wrong, but then we can't really do anything about it, so let's just eat.
Come on, let's enjoy a proper meal, Wise.
All right.
Wow, the ingredients
Enjoy.
today are top notch.
My apologies, miss.
It's okay.
I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, it's Alice.
Excuse me, you dropped something.
Oh, sorry about that.
Here.
Thank you both very much. Oh, you're with the safety inspection team. Wow, you look so young. And you're already an expert in the ether industry? Sorry, I must excuse myself. Did I say something wrong?
Alice is so
Young
cute.
lady, seems you're completely at a loss.
If I'm not mistaken, you're the military research consultant.
That's right. My name's Isolde. That girl and I are both decorative props. Just here for show.
After learning about the inspection team from Mrs. Alde, you bid her goodbye and have a delicious dinner. Late that night, after Porcelumex's welcome banquet had ended, in a luxury suite prepared by Porcelumex for the inspection team. Oh, what's wrong?
The time fields. Not only one of the oldest noble families in New Eridu, but also a renowned name in the field of science. The patent for the anti-corruption medicine widely used on the market today belongs to your grandfather.
Oh.
If this respected and prestigious surname appears on the investigation team roster, the citizens will surely feel more at ease.
Damien! Why are you making a cute girl cry? We're gonna get you.
You flatter me. It's just that my grandfather is seriously ill right now, so... I really don't think he can handle this.
The wolf sirens in the back are all dressed up like Majima.
You misunderstand me. As I just said, all I need is this surname to appear on the list. Aren't you a time field as well?
But I'm just a student. I'm nothing like my grandfather.
Miss, I'm sure you've heard that the corruption outbreak in Wi-Fi Peninsula is closely tied to the failure of anti-corruption medicine.
I see. Okay, so that's how they loop her story in.
Porcelumex has every right to file a lawsuit against your family and hold you accountable.
Ah, fucking Damien.
Reason? Your family concealed major risks involved in the purification process of the medicine.
That's complete nonsense. It was clearly the Exaltists who...
So what? The media doesn't care about the truth. They just want to see a once honorable family brought to ruin.
Is that Pop-Ups in the back?
Miss, the honor of the Timefield family now rests entirely on your shoulders.
I'm really glad that
Hopefully,
I'm really glad
ailing grandfather's sake.
I'm really glad that they brought back these whatchamacallit, these comic book like sections.
I wouldn't want anything unfortunate to happen to the old man either.
Comic book CGs. They look great.
Grandpa, mistake? What should I do? What's going on?
Is that Yuzuha? Enter Yuzuha.
What's that?
That was a great scream. A few minutes later, inside Suibian Temple, a series of urgent knocks on the door wakes you up. It's just Yuzuha playing tricks on her.
Well, you're up too.
The knocking sound just now was in my imagination, right? I just dreamed that Eos popped the car tires.
I just had a dream. Eos and Emilian were playing some new game, and the two of them were happily popping all the tires on our car. Thank goodness, it was just someone knocking on the door.
If Eos knew that's how it appeared in your dream, it'd probably be upset for a whole day. But forget that ridiculous dream for now. Senior Yinhu went to answer the door. Let's go and check what's going on. There must be something urgent if someone's showing up this late.
No, where's my silly hat that I worked so hard for Belle? Fucking hate that dog. You don't get shit from that dog. So I kept going back to 7th Street to get my scratch cards again, because that dog gives jack shit in terms of like polychromes.
Master Pawn, that glowing thing really appeared outside my window. I swear on the honor of the Timefield family.
Her character design is super grown on me. She's Alice and Yuzuha look cute. How do you hide this again?
Let's put the vows away for now, Missy. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's people swearing oaths and this and that. I believe what you said is true. Why else would you have come all the way here in the middle of the night, right? But I really couldn't follow all that about a boom and shadow crooked by 20 degrees. Sure, we at Yunquei Summit practice mystic arts, but ghost hunting and monster chasing aren't exactly our specialty.
To be precise, it was crooked by 22 degrees to the left. I remember that clearly.
Huh. You know how it is with scientists and measurements.
But I admit I was a bit abrupt earlier. My apologies. It's not that I've misunderstood the mystic arts. I've come because a friend told me that Mr. Wise and Miss Bell are currently staying here, and she trusts them.
Wait. Who's she friends with again? I forgot. There was she's associated with one of the other playable characters already. I just forget who it was supposed to be. Just trying to remember. Vivian?
Senior Inho, who was knocking just now?
Oh, perfect timing. You two are just who Miss Timefield is looking for.
What? You're Mr. Wise and Miss Bell? Hi. I'm Belle, and this is my brother Wise. We meet again.
She's so cute. Big fan of bunnies, so that must be why I'm like... She's the bunny girl.
Well, could you not bring that up again?
After a few minutes, Alice explained what had happened earlier.
I see. So you spotted an unidentified glowing object outside your window and came here for help. But I didn't expect Lucy to be the one who sent you.
Lucy, I see. Right, it was Alice. It was Alice and Lucy. They were childhood friends, I think. The way that Lucy tried to befriend... Oh no. The way that Alice tried to befriend Lucy was that... What was it again? She tried to befriend her by trying to do Lucy's hair or something. Something about like, I think your hair would look great if it was like in Twin Tails.
To be honest, Ms. Montefiore and I both attended the Celestia School for Girls. Even after she broke ties with her father and left without a word, we've still always kept in touch.
That's oomph.
Actually, I had planned to ask Porcelumix's staff for help with this, but it's late, and I couldn't get in touch with anyone. I can't share all the details, but I'm afraid that by morning, something this strange will just be brushed off and not taken seriously.
After hearing rumors that Alice might only be on the inspection team because of her family name, I asked Fairy to look into the time fields. Turns out, she's likely here in place of her grandfather who's fallen ill. We're not sure exactly what happened, but Alice was probably threatened. Either way, Porcelumix clearly doesn't take her seriously. It's outrageous how they're treating her so differently from the other guests.
Since Ms. Montefiore spoke so highly of you both, I'd like to ask for your help in investigating the unidentified object that appeared outside my window. As agreed, I'll be staying in Wi-Fi Peninsula for another 2 weeks. And if this issue isn't settled, it's going to be a real problem.
Is she sure that she's just not getting trolled by Yuzuha?
So, Belle, what do you think about this?
Since she's a friend of Lucy's, but we're just proxies.
Well, she is a friend of Lucy's, so let's give her a hand. Our last meeting was a little awkward, but that was mostly on us. All right, mostly on me.
Do you charge per case? Or perhaps you work on a daily or hourly rate?
Yeah, she's super cute. These Yuzuha and Alice have really grown on me. I think I might roll for them. For Alice as well. Not sure if I want to go too hard. Because I've already have like a lot of like strong DPSs. I think she's like a main attacker DPS. Not immune to bunny girls.
If it's about the commission fee, please don't worry. My Ether Dynamics tutor used to charge for every 5 minutes in each lesson.
Uh-oh, she's a rich girl.
Oh, that's no problem. No problem at all. You came here for help, and you're even a friend of someone we know. Of course we'll lend a hand. Don't worry. Here at Yunque's Summit, we're not only skilled in the mystic arts, we're also good at tracking things down and getting to the bottom of mysteries.
You get Scooby-Doo. We're coming out for you.
Seriously, Signorine Hu? Are you already speaking on our behalf?
Hey, come on now. What do you mean, speaking on your behalf, huh? Let me tell you, the Timefield family isn't just loaded, they're on a whole nother level. Whether Beeline and the others get paid leave, and whether Senior Fufu gets to eat meat next month, all depend on you two now.
Oh.
Are you guilt-tripping me now?
Miss Timefield, why don't you stay with us tonight? Get a good night's rest, and after breakfast tomorrow, Junior Bell will go with you to investigate.
It's fucking hilarious how grind-set-minded everybody at Yunkwei Summit is. Like,
Are you both really willing to take this commission? Please don't feel obligated if you'd rather not get involved with the people Porcelumix have brought recently.
No need to worry, Miss Timefield. If you need help, we're more than willing to take the commission.
Thank you so much. I'll be staying here tonight then.
you help Alice settle in her room at Soyubian Temple. Finally got everything settled. Senior Yinhu and Wise have gone back to their rooms. I should head to bed too. Bench. Alright, comfy bed, here I come. As expected, you fall asleep the moment you hit the bed. And the next morning, I wish that were me. I wish going to sleep was that easy. Her icon is cute. It's her with like, it's a selfie of her with a constellation. Wait, how'd she manage to do that? Usually it's like, it's probably drawn or something. It's hard to get like an image, a clear image of the night sky. Alice says, Alice texts, Miss Bell? Hi, I'm Alice. Your brother just gave me your knock-knock contact info. Looking forward to connecting with you. Good morning, Alice. Really sorry for reaching out so early and bothering you. No worries. I was just about to look for you. 1 second here. Fuck. 25. Oh, nice. Alice says, alright, I'll be waiting for you here at the Suibian Temple Atrium. Yoke. Oh! Are people training in front of the yard? Cute. She also hangs out at the cinema, but she can't interact with her. Like the gravitational cinema event the other day.
Good morning, Miss Bell. Sorry for causing trouble by showing up so late last night.
Hey, I didn't realize that her the belt that she's wearing shows her current emotional state.
It's no big deal. You came to us for help. And no need to be so formal. Just Belle is fine.
Alright. Then, please, feel free to call me Alice.
You seem a little tired. Did the thought of what you saw outside last night keep you up?
Not at all. Having all of you nearby made me feel quite safe. It's just, The
Yeah, right there.
walls hanging in the room were all tilted by 2 to 10 degrees, and when I was about to sleep after fixing them, I noticed that the 2 vases by the bed didn't match.
Holy shit, she's just like Death the Kid. She's characterized like Death the Kid from Soul Eater. Her character quirk.
Sorry, you have to see this side of me. This nitpicky habit of mine is a disgrace to my family's name.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, it's not that bad. Swabian Temple just lives up to its name.
Thank you for understanding. By the way, about that thing I saw outside my window last night, if you don't mind, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Why don't we take a look around the lower floor of your building first? Since it appeared outside your window, there might be leads outside.
Okay, sure. Good thing you suggested starting outside. Honestly, I'm a bit ashamed to admit it, but I don't dare step back into that room until we know exactly what I saw.
Alice says, Miss Bell, Bell, shall we head out to the to investigate the area below my apartment building? Sure, let's go now. Immersive storytelling again.
Alice, let's talk about last night.
Wait, we're walking around with her.
You said you heard a soft thump followed by a loud bang?
Yes, and it went pitch dark outside the window.
Alice says, here we are, I'm staying at the building on the left. All right, here? Alice says, due to the influx of visitors from TOPS and the inspection team, Porcelumix ran out of rooms in their guest building, so I was arranged to stay here instead. Alice says, huh, look at the ground over there. There are all kinds of items scattered around. Let's check it out. Scattered items on the ground. A bunch of miscellaneous items are scattered on the ground near the vending machine. A recycling bin for empty cans, flower pots, and fresh soil. Alice says, huh? Where did these flower pots come from? When I passed by here yesterday evening, there weren't any around. I don't remember seeing any flower pots here either. Oh, maybe it was... Huh? Alice says, oh look, there's an identical flower pot on that balcony over there. I can't believe they put a flower pot in such a dangerous location. If anyone in our household did something that irresponsible, Mr. Arnold could definitely scold them. Who's Mr. Arnold? Alice says, he's our butler. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. Hey, I'm glad you want to chat with me. We say. Alice says, maybe it's because you not only took me in when I had nowhere else to go, but you've also been really kind. I feel at ease around you. Oh, I just remembered something. After that skeleton and huge tilted shadow flashed by outside the window, there was another noise from downstairs. It must have been the sound of a falling flower pot. Alright, that's another important clue we say. The balcony with the flower pot that's quite a bit lower than Alice's window. Maybe whatever scared Alice fell to the ground along with the flower pot. Somebody from up above then. Or somebody was trying to climb the buildings. What is it? I can't really take a good look of what's upstairs. Okay, there's no way for... That's way too high. I thought it was a bit lower. No way was anybody climbing. Or it's still possible. It's not out of the question. There are people who are cracked in the Zenless Zone 0 settings, so there could be somebody who's able to climb windows. Ezio de Torre. This is the guest house where Alice lives. Let's look around carefully for any clues. Ezio wouldn't be sloppy and that he dropped a flower pot. Which window did you see the shadow at? We ask. Alice says on the second to the last floor, right by the billboard and next to the drain pipe by that window. How big was the shadow? Alice says huge, basically covering the entire window. There's nothing near the window that could support such a massive object. The drain pipes and adverts have very limited capacity. Where did that dark shadow come from? We think to ourselves. Alice says, I see. What's up? What did you find? Alice says, sorry, I was just talking to myself. Yesterday, while I was in my room, I kept hearing noise from around here. It turns out there's a construction site not far behind. Yeah, I could see a huge tower crane. Wait, a tower crane? Why, what's wrong with the tower crane? Overturned beverage box. It's on the ground. What was that noise? Why did she squeak just now? Alice says the overturned drinks crate must have been hit by that flower pot. But why would this lone box end up all the way out here? Yeah, it's weird for it to be here. Upon closer inspection, there are a number of thin scratches on the surface of the box. No, wait, these looks like claw marks from some small animal. Oh, it's a raccoon. It's the raccoon that Yuzuha has. I mean, we could already tell that it was Yuzuha, but the cause of everything falling is like because of the raccoon. You have a gut feeling you're onto something, and before you know it, you lift the box. Oh, there's a trail of tiny footprints. It's glow-in-the-dark paint. Alice says glow-in-the-dark paint, the exact same color as that glowing skeleton I saw last night. Looks like we found our perp. We say.
Belle, have you figured out what happened last night? I have some theories after seeing the footprints, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
It wasn't an animal.
I think our guesses are probably pretty close.
Really? Then let's go over what we found together. First, about that huge shadow. What do you think it was? And how did it end up outside my window?
I like this Alice thunk. I think this is like a new emote. First, about that huge shadow, what did you think it was and how did it end up outside my window?
It was probably from cargo hanging on the tower crane. The cargo was big enough to block the whole window, and the way it vanished without a trace makes sense if we assume it was moved away with the crane. You mentioned hearing a soft thump before the shadow appeared. One of the ropes holding the cargo probably snapped, causing the load to tilt and bump against your window.
Yes, that's what I figured too. Thinking back, the reason I was so certain that it was tilted exactly 22 degrees was because there was a shipping label on the crate. But let's just assume for a moment that it was. Then, what do you think made it fall to the ground?
It was probably knocked over by that skeleton that startled you. After the cargo hit your window, the crane lifted it back up. But that little thing couldn't hold on and fell off, landing right on the flower pot.
Right. There must be a reason the flower pot fell. If something as large as the cargo had hit it directly, the whole rack would have come crashing down. The fact that one pot was left on the balcony means it had to be something smaller. Looks like we have the same train of thought. That leaves us with just one remaining question. What was that glowing skeleton?
Somebody trolling you.
There's no doubt. The culprit is whatever animal left those glowing little footprints. Since its paws were covered in glow-in-the-dark paint, the skeleton pattern was probably painted on its body or clothes. There's no paint on the drain pipe, so the little creature most likely hitched a ride on the cargo. It was caught in the crane malfunction, which then caused it to slam into the window. Later on, while trying to escape, it knocked over the flower pot. But the exact sequence of events isn't really the point. What matters is this. No matter how clever an animal is, there's no way it could have dressed itself up like that.
Which means someone deliberately used it to pull a prank on me. That's going too far. Belle, since it left footprints while fleeing, there must be more tracks nearby. If we follow them, we might be able to find whoever or whatever's behind this.
Enter Yuzuha.
Look over here. The footprints go up the pillar to the overpass.
Let's follow them and check it out.
That raccoon can climb, huh?
How could they? I can't believe someone actually used an animal to pull a prank.
The footprints stop here. Did it jump off? Let's go down and take a look.
Heart rate of the client increased to 120 BPM.
Hey, why?
Here is a proverb. A cornered rabbit will bite.
Fairy, you're not helping.
Fairy is involved again in making quips.
Huh? The footprints disappear here.
They remembered Fairy.
Uh-oh, the footprints are all jumbled here.
Where could it have gone? Huh? There it is! Don't let it get away! Hey! Stop! There! You ran into that shell! So you were behind yesterday's pranks! The real culprit...
Manitou?
What?
Huh?
Yuzuha, visitors.
Coming! What can I get for you? Huh? Oh well. Huh. Guess I got found out after all.
Are they not associated? I've already...
Miss, based on what you just said, may I assume that you're the owner of this tanuki?
They're not associated? This is their first time, like, being associated with each other? I thought that they would have really known each other.
His full name is Kamanosuke, but we call him Kama.
I love that little, like, equals 3 smile Yuzuha has.
Uh-huh. What I mean is, he's not just this tanuki. He has a name. And I'm not Kama's owner. We're just partners. Kama is free to do as he pleases. Excuse me for being presumptuous.
Wait a minute. We came here to confront them. Yet somehow, it feels like Alice just got completely shut down.
It's all right. Kama just said he doesn't mind. So, honored guests, what brings you to Mystic Wares? Looking for anything in particular? I'm Ukinami Yuzuha. Our family runs a well-known porcelain shop in Phylum Heights. We carry all kinds of goods, and any purchase of a second item comes with a 1% discount.
That is a shit deal.
All right. Thank you very much. No, wait! We're not here to shop! Miss even know each other. And yet last night, you and your partner played a prank on me that caused me a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I really thought that they were associated with each other already. Apparently not.
Huh? That's a bit of a shock. I thought you'd really appreciate Kama's way of returning the favor.
Returning the favor? Sorry, I don't quite follow what you mean.
How could you not understand? You were clearly the ones who started the prank in the first place. Porcelumex previously stated they'd thoroughly investigate the safety hazards and give the people of Waifei Peninsula a proper explanation of the accident. Yet somehow they let an unqualified little girl sneak into a team of so-called experts. That's quite the prank if you ask me.
Yuzuha, saying something like that in front of others might be a bit...
Monato, I've been meaning to say this for a while. You having that face and always talking like a goody two-shoes? What a waste.
Excuse me, can I say something?
Yeah, I like that Monato is like a big motherfucker and he's really nice.
Porcelumex brought in the inspection team just for show. Of course, people are going to feel outraged. It's just that even with so many well-known experts on the investigation team, none dared to defy Porcelumex. So why place all the blame on Miss Timefield alone?
I see. You're saying I'm just picking the easy target? I remember now. I've seen you before. You were that disciple in training, Belle, from Swabian Temple. Didn't expect you'd be more witty than you look. Anyway, after hearing you out, I realized I didn't think the prank through. Sorry about that. It won't happen again.
I'm hoping that somebody else is going through this, well, naturally there would be. I kind of want to hear Ikumi Hasegawa do the lines for Yuzuha. Same voice actor as Kita Ikuyo from Bochi.
I really appreciate you saying that.
But you don't look so thankful. Are you still so concerned about what happened last night?
No, you've misunderstood. I indeed joined the supervisory investigation team. And though there are reasons I can't fully explain, as a descendant of the Timefield family, I won't forgive myself for my mistakes just because you apologized. I only hope you'll take back what you said about me being unqualified. The Timefield family has always upheld strict discipline. Both my grandfather and father were scholars in the ether industry, and I've received a systematic education in hollow and ether studies from an early age under their guidance.
Monato, what's with this person? She seems just as weird as you.
How would I know? And for the record, I'm not weird at all.
So from the sound of it, you're pretty confident in your knowledge. Then, do you know what this strange piece of porcelain is?
Special porcelain shard. Looks to be part of a large device.
This looks more like a shard of some kind of device rather than porcelain. Also, was it my imagination? Or did I suddenly sense an unpleasant aura coming from it? Something similar to the presence of a sacrifice.
Oh, that's a shard of a large obscura.
Obscura?
Yes, an obscura is a type of experimental reactor vessel made with high-purity porcelain as its outer shell. Due to the unique properties of porcelain, when etheric matter is placed inside obscura, it can slowly come into contact with the air. This allows researchers to observe how ether behaves once it leaves a hollow. Although an obscura is a rather expensive piece of lab equipment, there's nothing strange about it. This shard hasn't been coated with the outer layer yet. It was probably damaged during manufacturing.
Damn, she's pretty good.
Damaged during manufacturing? So there is something wrong with this thing.
See, Monato? I told you my instincts were spot on. Who would have thought we'd figure out what this thing is in such an unexpected way? What a stroke of luck!
What were you all talking about?
We suspect that someone at Porcelumex has been illegally producing high-value porcelain items inside the Hollow, items not listed in the official registry. Simply put, they publicly claim to be producing low-value products. Workers' wages and even the reported profits are all calculated based on that. But in reality, someone's pocketing the difference for themselves.
Huh.
Exactly. The Obscura isn't a regular product of the Wi-Fi Peninsula factory, so its appearance here clearly points to shady dealings going on inside the Hollow.
Where did you find this shard?
We found it in a batch of materials delivered to our shop from Siloom Bay.
Is that a new area?
Residents there collect discarded porcelain from the Hollow, and my father uses the scraps to make handicrafts. Let's go, Minato! We're heading to Siloom Bay! If we can trace this shard back to its source, we'll have enough evidence to expose the corruption inside Porcelumex and give them a real scandal to deal with.
Wait a moment. Are you sure it's okay to just say your whole plan out loud like that?
It's fine. You're a scaredy cat. No way you'd snitch to Porcelumex. Wait, you wouldn't, right?
Okay, give me a second here. Oh, never mind.
Of course not! But not because I'm afraid. As a descendant of the Timefield family, I would never stoop to something so dishonorable. Belle, it seems you still have some questions for Miss Ukinami regarding the Obscura. Apologies, but given my current position, I'm afraid it wouldn't be appropriate for me to hear any further details. So please excuse me for now. Thank you for helping resolve the issue. I'll have the payment for the commission sent over promptly.
Soon after Alice leaves.
You didn't leave with that fancy girl. Do you have something to ask us?
Can I come with you to Siloom Bay for the investigation? I'm curious about the origin of that shard. Besides, I can help if you're heading into the Hollow.
No problem. You're more than welcome to join us. Wow, today's our lucky day! Not only did we find a lead, but we even had a proxy who's an expert at handling miasma just show up at our door!
The schemer.
Don't lay it on too thick, Yuzuha. You don't want to scare Belle away. Still, we have no reason to turn down the proxy's help. So, we'll be counting on you from now on.
Minato, if your tail wasn't wagging like an electric fan right now, I'd give you a perfect score for how mature you acted.
Are they like... They kind of act like siblings, which is cute. Minato says, Belle, sorry I didn't get to say hi earlier. It's hard to get a word in when Yuzuha's around. Yuzuha says, what the heck, Minato? That's so mean. You guys are pretty close, huh? Oh, they're classmates. Yuzuha says, we're classmates. Though we've got a ton of students from Wi-Fi Peninsula, standout characters like Minato are pretty rare. And those who are both eye-catching and genuinely nice people are even rarer. I see. Minato says, don't just go along with what she says. Actually, Yuzuha was the one who wanted to investigate. But I also think we can't let poor Sulumix get away with just a little slap on the wrist. Minato says, anyway, let's head to Siloom Bay and ask around. Speaking of Siloom Bay, what kind of place is it? We ask. Minato says it's an area near the shore below Siloom Heights. In the past, the Lumite ore mined from the Hollow was washed there first. Now quite a few residents have moved in. The elevator at Suibian Temple entrance goes straight to Siloom Bay. Should have been fixed last week. I think I've seen the repair notice before. Alright, let's go check it out. Can I go inside their shop? Let me go inside their shop. I'm kind of curious. The display of mystic wares showcases some uniquely stylish accessories. The overall vibe instantly gives away the owner's taste. Mysterious, yet full of character. Love how active the Wi-Fi Peninsula. Oh, Isolde is here?
The elevator's still out of service, but I heard the repairs were already finished.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Though the repairs have been completed, some facilities and services, like the Wi-Fi cable car, have recently been suspended due to safety concerns.
Safety concerns? What exactly do you mean?
Sorry. I don't know much about the specifics since the Wi-Fi cable car is operated under Porsalumex. You can contact their service hotline. Customer support will be able to provide you with more detailed information.
Then, is there another way to get to Sailoon Bay?
As far as I know, there aren't any other routes available at the moment.
What a shame. I heard Sailoon Bay is on the seaside, and the scenery at sunset is supposed to be stunning.
If it's a seaside view you're after, you could take the cable car to Lemnian Island. It offers a close view of the Hollow, and since Porsalumix has staff stationed there, it's fairly safe.
Are you saying the edge of the Hollow is somehow safer than a seaside residential area?
No. That's not what I meant.
I'm not trying to be difficult. Since I can't get to Sailoon Bay, I suppose I'll just wander around the area for a while.
She's pretty. Maybe whatever shit she's up to, we should let her.
Thank you so much for your understanding.
On the other side...
Looks like the elevator's still out of service.
Never mind, I thought you guys told me.
Sailoon Bay is home to many who were left homeless after the fall of the old capital. Their living conditions aren't great, and they handle most of the hardest and most dangerous jobs in the Hollow. If the inspection team were to catch wind of something sensitive from the locals there, it'd be a real headache for Porsalumex. So they went ahead and blocked the road entirely.
Must be another way to get to Sailoon Bay, right?
There must be other ways to get to Sailoon Bay, right? After all, the elevator wasn't always here.
Exactly. That whole no other route nonsense is just something Porsalumex tells outsiders to fool them.
You can go around the mountain by taking the upper highway, and then head down from the other side. It'll just take a little longer.
It'll just take a little longer. Easy for you to say. We're not all made of pure muscle like you.
I guess I could probably carry both of you together.
Oh? A piece? A piece? A piece?
Whoa, don't take it so literally. I was just complaining a little.
I'm not.
But knowing how thorough that Damien from Porsalumex is, they might have even secured the mountain paths to keep people away from Sailoon Bay.
Good point. Yuzuha and I will go check things out first, Belle. Let's meet up later at the mountain highway.
You can come with. We're pretty cracked. Shortly after Yuzuha and Minato leave, you return to Suibian Temple with the Obscura Shard and briefly tell Wise about what happened this morning. Herm. Humu. How's it going, Wise? Wise says I can sense some etheric matter, but I can't tell if it's a sacrifice or not. My ether perception has always been weaker, and I've barely used the perception technique that Chief Fu taught us. But I agree with this. This thing's super suspicious. We should definitely look into it properly. One sec. Huh. Why says Belle, I'll come with you to Sailoon Bay using EOS. I might be able to help. Alright, let's go together. They remembered Eos. And they remembered Fairy. They remembered Eos. After tidying up a bit, you set out with Eos.
I wonder how things are going with Monato and Yuzuha. Let's go check.
Could I not play as, like, Yuzuha right now? I want to play as Yuzuha. There you go. Those big hollows in the distance is kind of like how the void works in Death Stranding. When she's sitting down like that, she looks so polite. Minato says, "Actually, I think you've been a bit on edge ever since you saw that rich girl. I don't want Belle to think you're a mean person." Yuzuha says, "I couldn't care less about that lady. Besides, what does it matter if people think I'm mean? You gotta put your habit of worrying about everyone on the back burner and think about how we're gonna deal with those patrolling security mechs instead." "I'm here, something wrong?" we say. Yuzuha says, "Perfect timing. We just finished our investigation and Damien has, as expected, taken care of the mountain paths too. He blocked them off and temporarily prohibited any residents from passing through, under the pretext that remnants of the Exaltists might be trying to escape. And even got all kinds of security mechs patrolling there 24/7. Huh, so you mean the mountain path's full of machines right now, we say? Monato says, "Yeah, they've got triple the strength of a normal person, and they never get tired. This ain't gonna be easy." No, this just got way easier. What's that like? Huh? Vaguely explained Fairy's capabilities. Monato says, so you're saying you got this killer AI that can perfectly wipe out surveillance footage, as long as it's not human patrols? Pretty handy, right? We say. Yuzuha says, "Good thing the princess isn't here right now, or she'd definitely be all like, 'Absolutely not, you cannot do that.'" Monato says, "Yuzuha, you say you don't care, but..." Yuzuha cuts him off. "Alright, Belle, let's roll. Monato and I will handle shutting down the enemies. You take care of wiping out those visual logs." Monato was totally ignored. Aired. Monato says, "Alright, if we're all set, let's head out." Enter combat. Can I bring my own Yuzuha? Oh, a new area.
We just have to follow this railway track to get to Siloon Bay. Watch out! There's security mechs patrolling up ahead.
We've got enemies.
I'm aware of how to play her.
Don't go too hard, Monato, or people will notice the damage. Woohoo!
Can we implant the mech with memories of accidentally falling or something? All done. Let's go.
Hold on. Come with me for a sec.
Monato says, "What's wrong, Yuzuha?" Yuzuha says, "Ever since we set out, I've had this feeling someone's been tailing us." Oh, it's definitely Alice. Fairy, can you feel that? Fairy says, "Sorry, there are no available video recording devices on this mountain path." Monato says, "Who on earth could it be?" Yuzuha says, "Shh, they're coming." It's definitely Alice, isn't it? Yep. Hi, Alice. Found you. Cute.
Oh, it's you.
Why did she yell?
Alice, don't be scared. It's us. Belle, it's you. You frightened me. You were the one sneaking around behind us. And yet you got so scared like that. So what are you doing here?
Mizukinami? Mr. Komano? I'd like to help you with the Obscura investigation. I gave it some thought after heading back. If I'm part of the investigation team, but can't do anything, I wouldn't be able to ever forgive myself.
In case you forgot, you were brought in by Porcelumex. If they ever discovered you helped us, things could end badly for you. And if you always worry too much about living up to other people's standards, you'll only grow up to be a useless person someday.
Damn, she's kind of going hard on Alice, huh?
You're worried Porcelumex might come after her, right? Still, you might have gone a little too far with your warning just now.
Yeah, she's a bit mean.
Nobody asked for your opinion.
Alice, are you really sure it's okay for you to join us?
Thank you, Belle. Don't worry about me. Mr. Blackwood may be strict, but from what I've heard, he at least honors his contracts. And since what we're investigating isn't related to a safety issue, even if word gets out, I'll have my ways to handle it. Also, while what Miss Ukinami said earlier was fair, at its core, doesn't it still count as just another form of trying to measure up to other people's standards? As a member of the Timefield family, I take full responsibility for my choices. So please, there's no need to worry.
Alrighty, but you heard our plan. After investigating Siloon Bay, we'll likely be heading into the Hollow. That's not exactly the kind of place for a noble lady to take a stroll.
Oh, can we play test as Alice now too? Or can we play as Alice?
That's even less of a concern. One can't become a proper Hollow scholar without field research, so I've undergone professional sword training and Hollow survival drills since childhood.
Alright then, I've got no objections. What about you, Minato?
Welcome aboard.
Meanwhile,
Patrol mech is approaching. Careful.
oh, watch out! We get to play as Ooh, we get to play as Alice. When Alice's attacks hit, this should be new because she's not playable right now, or we can't roll for her right now. Assault through anomaly buildup. She gains blade etiquette. When Alice stacks blade etiquette to its maximum, she can hold basic attack to unleash a 3-stage charge to basic attack. Interesting.
Alright, let's see what you've got.
Okay, I'll take care of it. Going to deal with you individually.
You're a real chatterbox. But you handle yourself well in a fight.
Oh, I appreciate it.
That 3-stack animation looks so cool.
To yuzuha. Just don't. She won't get mad. Belle, you can give it a try too.
Alright, 1 sec.
Wait, Minato, are you riling her up on purpose? Yuzuha, focus on the enemies! The enemies!
My sword will never lose to anyone.
Alright, back. Yeah, Yuzuha's pretty funny. She's a rage baiter.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that little mean streak out of her.
From Porcelumex.
They remember Dios.
Try to avoid them and take a detour. As if all those security mechs weren't enough. Now they're sending in reinforcements?
That Damien guy is such a headache to deal with.
Alice says, the way is blocked. Minato says there wasn't a door here before. There wasn't a door here before. Must be a recent installation. Let me see. Yeah, it's the type that triggers an alarm if you try to climb over it. Yuzuha says, it's really reassuring how meticulous Minato is. Minato says, just happened to have a side gig installing locks when I was working part-time before. Yuzuha says, so that's when you were so busy you didn't even have the time to check the Spook Shack forums, huh? But what do we do now? Don't worry, we got this. Why is this involved? Yeah, I'll use EOS to access the bamboo workbench and find the passcode. Leave it to you. Okay. Should be easy. A little bit of Fall Guys gaming.
Second assistant, you have successfully entered the Marcel maze.
Belle was always the one jumping around with Eos before.
Oh, true.
Eos's tiny legs can jump that high?
Master has expressed a similar assessment.
They remembered Fairy. This is such a good update. Yeah, they're pretty quick to address people's like complaints. Like, I was hella fucking complaining about like how there's a lot less Eos and Fairy recently, and Belle being involved in like hollow exploration. Like the proxies being involved in hollow explorations is still like a massive problem for me. Like right now, Bella's like walking around, right? Why can't they just use like two EOSes, right? Anyways, well, that problem, well, not really a problem. It's still like, whoa, I fell. What do I know? Hopefully, like it's always been the case that it's a lot safer for them to just like, since they're a non-combatant, that it would just be like the safest for them to just run around as EOS, right? But like, anyways, at least he didn't completely forget about EOS. And Fairy's getting involved again. They're pretty quick to
Classic Phaethon.
Great job, Wise. Let's keep going.
Wait, Alice already knows that we're Phaethon? Since when? The worst kept secret in Wi-Fi Peninsula and New Eridu.
Keep it up, guys. Once we get past here, it'll be smooth sailing.
Here, I really love this act.
Sorry for stealing your spotlight.
It's so cool.
How much longer until we get to Siloam Bay? Under this.
We're almost there. We cross 2 bridges, follow a short path, and we'll reach the elevator.
You're all riddled with flaws. And then we're there? Alright.
And then we'll be a third of the way there.
Now you... All done. Everyone, let's move.
What do you see? Oh, she was hanging out with Alice. Somebody's here. Is that... Izalde's trying to follow us, I think. I wonder if the guy that I follow also streaming this update is already done. I'm just curious how long the update is. Ooh, and a new area. Alice says, so this is Siloam Bay. What a beautiful sight. Man, this mountain path goes on forever. Alice says, Belle, did you rest well? Seems like Miss Tsukinami and the others have found someone selling porcelain materials. Let's head over. The theme here is very nice, very chill. This place kind of reminds me of like the squatter areas in the Philippines, where the houses is made of like those scrap metals. This is just like the Philippines. That is like a frequent sight in the Philippines.
Yuzuha, here to pick up materials for Uncle Balrong again? Seems like you've been the one picking things up these days.
My dad's been having some back pain lately, so I've been running errands for him.
But if you keep skipping school, won't you get expelled?
You're one to talk. Careful, or I'll have Kama replace all your favorite Bubble Pop candy with rubber. Actually, we were supposed to be doing our Hollow internships these days. But since Lemnian Hollow's been unsafe lately, they ended up canceling everything and just marked us all as qualified.
Wow, your luck's still better than ever, huh? My brother failed his Hollow internship 3 times last year. For a while, just seeing the Hollow from a distance made him nauseous. Oh, right! What kind of materials are you picking up today, Yuzuha? Check out this piece of high-grade lumite ore I've got. Ajiang snatched it from a white-haired ghost woman in the Hollow just last night.
What? A white-haired ghost woman?
That's right! He was hauling cargo in the Hollow for Porcelumex, and somehow stumbled upon a huge pile of lumite ore. So he started gathering the stones one by one, and then a shaky, wobbly figure started drifting toward him from a distance. It was a ghost woman with long white hair, bird-like wings, and golden feathers. But in the blink of an eye, she vanished. And just then, Ajiang suddenly felt a shiver crawl down the back of his neck. Ow! Yuzuha, why'd you flick me? Weren't you the one who said that the most important part of the porcelain business isn't selling goods, but selling stories?
That story was awful. And didn't you go around last week telling everyone you heard strange moaning sounds on the mountain paths nearby? Your story sure changed quick.
That one wasn't a lie. Mello, Dante, and I all heard it, and not just once.
Dante?
What? Strange moaning sounds? On the mountain path?
The way that her voice cracks at the end there is great.
Uh-huh. You said that one wasn't a lie. Which means the ghost story's mostly made up, right?
You're trying to trick me again. But seriously, Ajiang really did get spooked by something all pale and ghosty last night. I'm not making that up.
All right. I'll take this piece off your hands. When my dad turns it into jewelry, I'll give this story a proper rewrite, okay? I promise it'll be weird and thrilling enough. But in exchange, you've got to tell me something. Take a look at this piece. This was part of the last batch delivered to my place. Do you remember who brought it in?
That wasn't one of mine. Probably from Mello or Uncle Afang. Anyways, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna head out.
Let's go. Thanks!
You know, now that I realize that Yuzuha has like an hella fucking expensive voice actor, or someone who's like who's extremely busy, I think she might be cooked. She'll be making like very rare like character appearances. No! Through all my roles for her, she's gonna be a character that's not gonna be making a lot of appearances, I think. Given how popular her voice actress is, that's just how it is.
So, are we going to go ask them one by one now?
Yeah, let's split up and ask around. Minato and I will go find Uncle Afang. And Belle, you go with Lady Alice to check with Mello. If it turns out to be his, make sure to get the exact time and place he found the piece.
When she says Lady Alice, is it like Alice-sama? If it was like in Japanese? This is in like a mocking tone. Can we interact with him?
Huh?
Yuzuha says, Uncle Afang, how come you're not collecting materials today? Uncle Afang says, I've had to stop for now. Porcelumix blocked all the roads lately. Barely anyone comes through, and sales are rough. I heard they're guarding the mountain paths too. How did you folks manage to get here? Yuzuha says, we've got our ways. Uncle Afang says, back in my day, I could outrun those Porcelumix amateurs even with the sack of lumite ore weighing me down. But no point dwelling on past glories. What brings you here? He moves like Sam Porter Bridges.
Huh?
Minato says, Uncle Afang, you recognize this piece of porcelain material ring at all? Uncle Afang says, never seen it before, but this is definitely high purity porcelain. Is this also like a frequent sight in like China? Like this is how it normally looks in like the Philippines. So let me see. What's a nice image that I could like share? It's like shacks made out of like it's like a little shanty town, you know? Like this is how what normally looks like in the Philippines. Is it also like a popular site in China? I mean, probably is. Yeah, pretty interesting. Fascinating. Anyways, hello, little Mello. Alice says, hey there, are you Mello? Alice says, yeah, what's up? Alice says, I heard you trade porcelain materials around here. Could you take a look at this photo on my phone? Have you ever seen this piece before? Mello says, yeah, I've seen it before. But you only took a quick glance, are you sure? Mello says, what, don't believe me? Fine. I'll have you know I got the best intel in all Sailumbe. Alice says, of course we believe you. That's why we come all the way to ask for your help. Little one, can you tell us about the origins of this porcelain shard? Mello says, no way. Can't you see I'm busy? Someone broke my toy and I'm trying to fix it. I'm not in the mood to talk. Mello says, this is the remote control edition City Hunter. I saved up my allowance for a whole year to get this. It's all Dante's fault. I think to ourselves, for a kid this is a huge deal. Though when it comes to remote controlled toys, I might be able to figure something out. If I could fix your toy, can we work something out? Mello says, huh? You can fix it? If you really fix it, I'll tell you all about where that porcelain shard came from. Another one of these. A, B, C, What the hell is this? Oh, it doesn't matter as long as it's like all connected, I think. There we go. Oops. There we go. Oh, it goes this way? What's that? A, B, C, one. The fuck? A. Wait, what? This fucked up puzzle. How do I get the one in the middle? Oh dear God, I'm too stupid for these. Oh. How the fuck do you make that shape? Oh, C bends inwardly like that. Okay. And then B like this. Nice.
Whoa! Awesome! It's really fixed! Hello, little one. Can you tell us where this porcelain shard came from?
No.
What do you mean? I thought you could help us.
Huh? It's important to keep your word, little one. You understand that, right?
But my mom said Porcelumex doesn't allow outsiders around here these days. So if I see any suspicious strangers, I'm not supposed to talk to them. And I never seen you before. We're not really strangers. We're friends of Mystic Wares, the folks who often come here to collect materials.
That's right! Miss Yuzuha came here with us today. You know, the daughter of Mr. Ukinami Balrong, Mystic Wares' owner.
And you say you're not suspicious. Uncle Balrong's last name is Lee, not Ukinami. You didn't even know that Yuzuha was adopted. How am I supposed to believe anything you say?
Oh, she's adopted?
So Yuzuha was adopted. No wonder her name feels so different from Uncle Balrong's. I thought it was maybe something to do with her mother's side.
You can trust them, Mello. They really did come here with me.
Yuzuha!
You know where this dark piece of porcelain came from, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Dante found it. He thought this piece of porcelain must be valuable, and I said it wasn't. That's how we got into a fight. He broke my toy, and I smashed his Denny gun. Is there something wrong with this piece of porcelain, Yuzuha? Dante didn't get himself into trouble, did he?
Pull a prank on Mello to spook him.
Things are a little complicated now, and I'm afraid Dante might be in serious trouble.
Huh? Oh no! What's going on? Can you help him?
That's a little bit mean.
Belle! I didn't think you had it in you. Your little prank really impressed me. Nello, if you care about Dante this much, you should stop holding a grudge against him, okay? So it was all a trick, huh? But I get it. I'll make up with him. Gotta...
Oops.
Now that we've got some more info, let's hurry and find Dante! Ukinami Balrog! I was dying trying not to laugh earlier. What a ridiculous name! Now I want to tell my dad, just to see his reaction!
Miss Ukinami, I'm truly sorry. We didn't mean to pry into your personal matters.
Now that I think about it, Ukinami Balrog sounds wrong. Very wrong.
It's all right. Being adopted is just a fact of life. Besides, for someone like me who had nowhere to go, being taken in by someone as nice as my dad, I'd say I'm pretty lucky, don't you think?
Yeah, it sounds like that. Like that's like her whole shtick, being lucky.
What I don't get is, couldn't a family as prestigious as the Timefields send someone else to Waifei Peninsula? Why did it have to be you?
Because there aren't many left of us in the family. My father passed away in an accident years ago, so now it's just me and my grandfather. And he's currently ill.
I see. Seems like things haven't been easy for you either.
Okay, so is Yuzuha gonna be nicer to her from now on? She will not be. She will still be a prankster.
Anyway, you don't need to dwell on my background. Constantly apologizing makes you seem unsure of yourself. You're a noble lady, and you've had a great education. So, show some confidence, alright?
Yes, I will.
Cute.
Alright then, let's get going.
Where is Dante's place?
It's up there, very close.
Oh, why is she here?
Miss Isolde, do you think this Denny gun can be fixed?
Of course. I used to be in the military and have repaired guns much more complicated than this. The trigger link is misaligned, that's all.
She sounds really familiar.
Just take it apart and realign it for you. All right, that should do it. Hand me a Denny, Dante. I'll fire a test shot.
Here you go.
Isolde fires a plastic Denny from the toy gun, which strikes the wall near where you are hiding.
Well, it seems our four friends over there sure know how to stay quiet. Perhaps I'll have to say, the next shot will be a life round!
Turns out you already knew we were here, Miss Isolde.
Isolde.
Since you're a military representative, I didn't expect that you would violate Porcelumex's restrictions to come here.
Taking the initiative, I see. You seem like quite the experienced negotiator, Miss Bell. But you're right. I came to Sailoon Bay in secret, just like the rest of you. Now that we all have a little leverage on each other, how about I start by showing some goodwill? I actually came here to visit Dante's family. His uncle used to be my comrade in the military.
Miss Isolde isn't a bad person, Yuzuha. Don't worry. She's come to visit us every year for as long as I can remember.
Ah, I see. Then there's nothing to worry about. Sorry if we sounded a little rude earlier.
It's all right. Staying cautious is a good thing. I'll be here waiting for Dante's mother to get off work. Feel free to take care of whatever you need nearby.
What's going on? Why is there a crowd in front of our house? Yuzuha? Monato? Oh, Miss Isolde! You're here too?
It's been a while, Aitana.
Yeah, it's already been another year. I can't believe you still made it to Siloon Bay given how strict Porcelumix has become lately. Why haven't you invited everyone inside, Dante? Hey, what are you doing with that gun again? Didn't you promise Mommy that you wouldn't play with that anymore?
But Aya and Mello both have toys. How am I supposed to be friends with them without my Denny gun? And I don't get it. Why don't you want me to grow up and join the Defense Force, Mom?
You little stinker! What did you just say? Get back here!
The little stinker.
Sorry you had to see that.
Dante said he wants to join the Defense Force someday?
Yeah, he's always asking me to tell him stories about his uncle. To him, his dad is nothing special. It's his uncle who's the real hero. Even though he had never met him.
How have you all been lately?
Well, we're getting by. His father and I both work, and now Dante's old enough to gather porcelain scraps with the other kids and make a bit of money too.
Here, take this. Use it to help with the household expenses.
Is this your money? Or compensation from the Defense Force?
Compensation from the Defense Force.
That's a lie. If the Defense Force were going to give us compensation, they would have done it ages ago. This isn't the respect my brother deserves. You can keep the money. Sometimes No, not just sometimes. Ever since the fall of the old capital, I've always felt that my brother died for nothing, and everything you all fought for was meaningless.
That's not true, Aitana. If it weren't for Maxim and the others who fought beside him, kids like Dante wouldn't even have the freedom to run on the beach today. Of course, after the fall of the old capital, not only did the Defense Force have to cope with heavy losses, but also public criticism for failing to contain the collapse, which continues to this day. The Defense Force has neither provided proper compensation to grieving families, nor upheld the honor of the soldiers who gave their lives. To me, that's a serious failure of duty. I'm sorry. You should have been able to live somewhere better. But there's nothing I can do.
Isolde is definitely given that, like, antagonist, but a well-meaning one vibe. Something's still up with her.
The fact that you still remember your old comrades and come to visit me every year means a lot. I wasn't planning to bring up all this old stuff, but that little troublemaker got me all stirred up again. The past is the past. All we can do is let go of it, right? I still have Dante and his father, after all. I guess it's better to keep looking forward.
Yes, you're right. You still have so many important things in this world.
Yuzuha, sorry about that. I got caught up seeing an old friend and left you all waiting. Is there something I can help you with?
We actually came to see Dante. Just wanted to ask him about a piece of porcelain he found earlier. Nothing serious.
I see. He did go running off, but I can practically guarantee that he went to the beach. If you're not in a rush, feel free to come and sit down for a bit. He'll come back once he's calmed down.
Thanks, but we'll head down to the beach and check on him. Kids his age often have a lot more on their minds than we might think.
Aitana says, it's not often we get young folks like you visiting, and here we are, boring you with all our ancient sob stories. Alice says, please don't say that. We rarely get the chance to learn about what happened during the fall of the old capital. I'm ashamed to admit, I always thought the military families received a pension after the fall. Isolde says, too many soldiers died defending the old capital. The military and government initially promised compensation for all, but in the end, only the frontline troops defending against Hollow Zero received it. I see. Oh, hello crew. Just got home, pulled on Miyabi banner and got her. Nice. Nice. Miss T0 permanently in T0. Isolde says, you look like you want to say something. Have more questions for me? Go ahead, I'm all ears. I want to know more about you and your comrades. Isolde says, my former unit was responsible for the Hollow Zero front line. We were tasked with retrieving crucial supplies from inside Hollow Zero and providing disaster relief along the borders of Wi-Fi Peninsula and Yanis Quarter. You're heroes too. Isolde says, indeed, back then we took pride in running into the battlefield, doing what little we could for the city. Why are you still working with the military? Isolde says, I understand what you're getting at. I don't sound happy with the defense force, do I? Isolde says, but, well, sometimes life just drags you along for the ride. I suppose what you would call a useless person. I suppose I'm what you would call a useless person, Belle thinks to herself, was it just a coincidence that Mrs. Isolde said that? Or did she overhear our conversation on the mountain path? And not only that, she got ahead of us and reached Siloam Bay first. Isolde says, what's wrong? Nothing. Something is up with her. I don't have any questions. I don't have any further questions. Isolde says, well, you should head to the beach to find Dante first. If there's anything else you want to know, I'm sure we'll meet again in the future.
After hearing all that, I feel a bit different.
So, Miss Isolde used to be a soldier, and it seems like she's been through a lot.
That's like a leg window. There's like a little hip window. That's crazy. You mean to say that's like the standard issue, like Defense Force outfit something or something? Probably not. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's already mentioned before that she's not wearing like a standard Defense Force issue outfit. Isolde says, what's wrong? Have more questions? I'm good. I just wanted to check in with her again. Dante from Limbus Company.
Dante, so this is where you went.
Minato? Yuzuha? What are you doing here?
We came just to ask you about a piece of porcelain you found. Of course, we were also kind of worried about you, so we thought we'd check up on you.
If you wanted to cheer him up, Minato, then you shouldn't have mentioned the first part.
That's just how Minato is. Thanks, you guys. I know Mom is worried. What happened to my uncle still haunts her. She doesn't want to put anyone else in danger or see someone sacrifice themselves and not be respected for it. I know how much Mom's been through. Miss Isolde told me that after the fall of the old capital, many military families like ours were left struggling without their main source of support and had to drift from place to place. But I want to join the Defense Force to help make it better. Mom had to let go because she couldn't do anything about it. But I want to change that. I want to make sure they never hurt anyone again.
I'm pretty impressed, Dante. I didn't expect you to think about all this so deeply.
It really is a great dream.
I did take a shower. BRB alright?
Miss Isolde, what are you doing out here? Are you leaving already?
Yes, I just received a call, and someone from Porcelumex wants to meet with me. They're probably trying to probe the military's position again. I'd better head back quickly. Your mom is worried about you. If you aren't really mad at her, then you should head back soon.
Yeah, I know. By the way, Yuzuha, what was it you wanted to ask about the piece of porcelain?
Do you remember this? Where did you get it from?
Oh, that? I caught it when I was fishing from a boat 3 days ago. It was near that small reef island about 3 kilometers from shore. I was out there for a while and saw the shard drifting from the direction of the hollow.
If I'm not mistaken, this looks like a shard of an Obscura. Was it made in Waifei Peninsula? Ah, I think I get why you came to Sailoon Bay now. You don't need to explain further. There are some things I'd prefer not to know.
Huh.
Thank you for understanding.
I can't tell if she's oomph or not.
I've got a question. Why would an Obscura shard drift out from the hollow in the first place? Oh, Lemnian Island is actually connected to several water systems. And there are even underground rivers. This shard probably fell into the water and got swept out with the current. But since the hollow covers such a huge area, it'd be hard to pinpoint exactly where it drifted from.
Let's have Fairy.
Let's have Fairy map out all the nearby hollow exits later. But figuring out exactly which one the Obscura shard came from might still take some time.
There is actually a way to calculate where it came from. By the way, Dante, since your mom doesn't want you playing with a Denny gun, and it keeps breaking anyway, why don't you sell it to me? You can use the money to buy a new toy instead.
I mean, sure, I guess. But, Miss Isolde, what do you want a Denny gun for?
It might come in handy for these older folks. Here, Miss Bell, take it.
Huh, why so?
Miss Isolde? What are we supposed to...
Raise the gun and fire a shot far out toward the sea, in a direction perpendicular to the shoreline.
Pew. Following his oldest instruction, you fire a shot out toward the sea.
Look! The toy Denny you fired is floating on the water!
Start timing it now. After a while, it will drift back to shore. But due to the combined effects of the hollow's changing tides and the wind, it won't come directly back. It'll drift off course. Let me check today's hollow activity report. It's almost the same as it was the morning of 3 days ago. Plus, the wind speed in the area stays pretty stable during this season, so the conditions should be relatively equivalent.
Uh-oh, she sounds pretty capable. She sounds pretty capable, and she might also be, like, pretty cracked combat-wise.
The toy Denny has about the same density as the Obscura shard. So once we measure where and when the Denny washes ashore, we can calculate the water's flow and work backwards to find the hollow's exit.
Wow. I don't really get everything you said, but it sounds like we're pretty lucky.
She should know. Belle and Wise are the math whizzes around here. Especially with how they're, like, able to calculate, like, paths in a hollow without a carrot.
It's probably thanks to Yuzuha. She's always crazy lucky. Like, if it's raining and she forgot her umbrella, it would always stop by the time school's out. And once, she somehow got an extra bottle of soda every time she bought one from the machine for an entire month. Maybe that piece of porcelain drifted out of the hollow just because Yuzuha needed it.
What's up, Monato? What's with the,
Oh, it's nothing.
No way! You definitely have something on your mind. Out with it! 3, 2, 1!
It's nothing, really. I just suddenly remembered your last name.
Miss Ukinami's last name? Oh, right. It's different from Dad's surname, Lee.
He said it'd sound way too weird if I were named Lee Yuzuha. He wouldn't be able to forgive himself for giving a kid such a ridiculous name. So he gave me a name based on my own story instead.
Mr. Lee sounds like quite the interesting person.
So, Ukinami is a surname based on your history?
That's right. I drifted in from the sea, and my dad found me on the beach here in Sailoon Bay. Hence, Ukinami, floating on the waves.
I see. So, were you in a shipwreck before that?
Drifting on the waves, you say?
No. Didn't you know? There's actually a dragon palace inside the Lemnian Hollow. And I'm the princess. Every day, I lived happily under the care of my loyal retainers. But one day, a lost traveler wandered into the palace and told me all about the human world beyond its walls. I decided to leave with him on a whim. But once I arrived in the human world, I forgot where the Dragon Palace was and ended up becoming what you all call an orphan.
That kind of sounds like a Lemnian Hollow version of some old legend or folktale.
Not kinda sounds like. It is one.
Oh, come on. Just because you've heard me tell this story before doesn't mean you have to ruin the moment like that. Still, it is kind of amazing. The tide always seems to carry all sorts of things to this beach. Me, that Obscura shard, we both ended up here the same way.
As you wait for the toy Denny to wash ashore, you gaze out toward Lemnian Hollow in the distance, and just like that, a long time passes. Just read that story again. Huh, okay.
Phew. We finally managed to calculate it. I've nearly forgotten everything I learned about terrain analysis in the military after not using it for so many years.
Thank you for your insights, Mrs. Old. You've been a great help.
No need to thank me. Miss Tynefield, you look much more lively than back at the banquet. Seems being around someone your own age really does make a difference. All right, everyone. I'll be heading off now. Make sure to take care of yourselves.
All right. Since we've pinpointed where the Obscura floated out of the hollow, how about we head in and take a look?
Alright, good idea. There's still some time before nightfall.
Great idea. There's still some time before nightfall. Even just scouting ahead a bit would be good.
Miss Yuzuha, are you going into the hollow? Then take our boat. Mello and Ayuba would be happy to help out however they can.
Dante says this is the ship. It ain't big, but she's steady on the water. Bruh, how can that carry like 4 people? Wait, give me a second here. Let me just check this one streamer just to see how far they've gone with this story. Three hours 50. About where am I? I'm about an hour 30-minute in. I'll try to aim for like 2 hours. Just about the halfway point. The whole update is about like 4 hours in total, which is pretty lengthy. It's about how long the last update for Honkai Star Rail was. After entering the hollow from where the Obscura shard had flowed out, Fairy quickly discovers tiny pieces of Obscura in a nearby drainage channel, so you follow the current upstream, searching for the source, and before long...
Ah! There it is! There's a drainage pipe up ahead. We're on the right track.
The higher we go up the mountain, the more pipes are buried underground. It's becoming harder to spot them.
Sorry. Fairy can roughly estimate the direction of the pipes, but due to limited holo data of this area, we can't pinpoint their exact locations. Belle, we've cleared out quite a bit of miasma along the way. Are you still holding up okay?
Don't worry, I'm fine.
This place is some distance from the industrial port where porcelain is made, and it's really well hidden.
According to the records, there used to be a materials lab around here that was shut down years ago. It seems the ether concentration in the area remained stable and within safe limits, at least until the miasma started increasing. Due to its advanced facilities, the materials lab once had long-term researchers stationed there, and scholars were often invited to visit as well.
What if the lab was never actually shut down, and it was instead turned into an illegal porcelain production facility?
Sounds like something Porcelumex would do. All right, let's keep heading upstream.
Let's move then.
Please be aware of ether activity units.
Clear your mind.
We've been walking forever. We should have run into some enemies by now.
Need my help, Yuzuha? Sure!
You actually sound kind of excited about it, Minato.
I mean, when you're fighting these guys, you don't have to hold back. It's super relaxing, right?
Alright, Alice says the path ahead splits into two directions. Y says both paths leads to higher ground and the water flows into the drainage channel from earlier. Which way should we go? Are there any clues? Minato says, hold up, check this out. Alice says there are small wheel tracks here. It seems they've been contaminated with nearby miasma. At this concentration, miasma can't multiply and will disperse to imperceptible levels after a while. Could these traces be recent? Seems super sus. Yuzuha says, hey everyone, since we don't have any leads on the water, should we check out where these tire tracks lead? Might give us the breakthrough we're looking for. Minato says, sounds like a plan. Y says, Belle, some of the wheel tracks might not be visible anymore. Yep, use the insight.
We should be able to sniff out some clues around here with our technique.
This is how
The tracks lead right up to here.
this is how you approach tracks in like Monster Hunter World. Alice says, whoa, why are there so many wheel tracks here? Yuzuha says, looks like people have been moving heavy carts around here a lot. This many tracks don't fade easily. Since there are carts coming through here, that means whoever entered the hollow was transporting something. But are they bringing stuff in or taking stuff out? Actually a good question, but we can't draw any conclusions right now. Yuzuha says, what's up? Something on your mind? Alice says, look here. Do you see these deep wheel tracks? That means they must have been hauling something heavy through here. Yuzuha says, oh, well, princess, you're sharper than I thought. Hey, look, isn't there something on the ground up ahead? It's an access card. Alright, we picked that up.
Let's look around and see if there are any other tracks.
How does
More ethereals have appeared.
Alice gain stacks? Oh, just from attacking. Okay.
You can't more than the ethereals. I'm curious to see if that door up ahead can be opened. You're all riddled with flaws. Let's go see once we're done with these ethereals.
Yuzuha says, oh good, our luck's not... Whoa, what was that sound? The system prompt says, sorry to inform you, device status is abnormal. Please verify your identity and re-enter the initial password to boot. That's probably because of the miasma around here. The gate must be malfunctioning because of the corruption. Y says, don't worry, there's a bamboo workbench right by the gate. And stuff like the initial password must be stored in there. I'll sneak in using EOS, be right back. The hell was that? The game fucking crashed. What? Why? How did my game crash? I tabbed out for a sec. There we go. It's because we entered the Marcel maze is probably why it crashed. Wait, where do we go? We don't get any polychromes from the Marcel maze here. Unlike the ones, unlike the Marcel mazes back in Phylum Heights, you can get like a small amount. Oh, there's two different paths going up here. I mean, doesn't really matter. You got like a small amount of Denny's.
It's open. Let's go. More tire tracks here. We're definitely heading in the right direction.
The miasma around here is getting pretty thick. And there are more monsters, too.
They were hauling stuff around in a place like this? That's just begging for trouble. Though we're not
Why did she
exactly
do her
much
thing?
better spot ourselves.
Why does Alice not do the thing where she throws her rapier to the ground?
Mr. Komano
Pharaoh is throwing shade at himself. Whoa! Our princess is throwing shade?
What's up?
Never mind. It's probably better if I just keep quiet.
Wait, what were they talking about?
My sword will never lose to anyone.
Her idol animation is pretty cool too. Oh, I want Alice. What were they talking about in the middle of the fight? I wasn't paying attention. They were hauling stuff around in a place like this. They're just begging for trouble. From Minato.
Let's hurry. I still have a lesson to attend.
But we're not exactly in a much better spot ourselves. Oh, never mind. It wasn't too important.
Road ends ahead.
More monsters.
Let's wipe them out ASAP and see what clues we can dig up around here. There might be a passage behind that miasma.
How do you do her counter thing? What?
Adjust your breathing.
She doesn't do her thing.
Yeah, wait.
How did I trigger that?
Stay on offense. Strike in an instant.
She throws the rapier down and then she pulls out another one. She's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of how Alice plays. I think I might end up rolling for her too. Alright, back. Hello, hello.
Let's check out what's behind that miasma.
Yuzuha says this elevator goes down. The wheel tracks here. The wheel tracks end here, which means they went to the lower level. Yuzuha says, will that card we found earlier work on this elevator? Use the card. System prompt, notice, insufficient card authorization. Please use a card with proper clearance and enter the password after the prompt. We have to do another Marcel maze. Yuzuha says, not just the key card, but a password too. Since when did this elevator get such a high level security? Fairy, got any ideas, we ask. Fairy says, I apologize, but the current device is a combination of an online system and a mechanical encryption system. I cannot effectively crack it. Why, says Belle, let's look around and see if there's another way to get through here. Yeah, these super remembered Eos and Fairy this update, which addresses a lot of my previous complaints about going as far back as, I want to say, like maybe 1.5, 1.6. Yuzuha says, look here, there's a bunch of empty boxes stacked up, entire tracks on the ground nearby. It must be the outer packaging from whatever they were shipping. And these boxes are all clean. Doesn't look like they've been left in the hollow very long. Great, that settles the question we had earlier. These people are definitely transporting stuff into the hollow. Alice says, huh, that's a little odd though. Odd, did you find anything? We ask. Alice says, look here, the box's label claims the contents are thermal insulation materials for construction. But that tends to be very light, so how did it leave such deep tracks? Yuzuha says, ooh, not bad, princess, so that means the stuff that was in the box doesn't match the label. Yuzuha says, that's right, they were transporting something else into the hollow with these boxes. And there's no way whatever was in here is something that can be openly transported into the hollow. That's why they're using fake boxes as a cover. But there's nothing around here that'll help us power up the elevator, so let's check elsewhere. Okay. This whole update kind of feels like very Persona-ish. I mean, like, Zenless Zone Zero kind of feels like the more of, feels very Persona, like right from the get-go anyway. But this update, even more so. Yuzuha says, "Whoa, this place is totally wrecked. Looks like a truck crashed straight through." The miasma around here is particularly thick. Alice says, but the ethereals we've encountered along the way weren't that strong. They shouldn't have been able to cause this much damage. Yuzuha says, "Don't tell me there's a big one lurking around. Man, just thinking about it gives me the creeps. And here I thought those folks were crazy enough hauling stuff around in all this miasma." Belle says, "True. This is such a dangerous place. There's definitely some conspiracy behind this." Yuzuha says, "Looks like there's nothing around here that'll help us power up the elevator. Let's check elsewhere." The group then investigates the area thoroughly for some time, but still can't find a way to move forward.
Is this really as far as we can go? This can't be right. It's not like me to have such bad luck.
Don't worry, everyone. We might not be able to crack the elevator's passcode, but Fairy and I checked the terrain nearby. The cliff behind us isn't that steep. There's definitely a way to get over the cliff, but it'll take a bit of time to figure out the best route. And none of us brought proper climbing gear.
Well, in that case, let's call it a day and head back. For now, this is so Persona. When you go through like a palace and then you hit like a certain point in the palace and then you have to head back.
Alright then, let's head back for today. It's getting dark.
Yeah, the hollow gets even more dangerous at night. Best not to stick around. Let's get ready to head back. Time to go, my lady. Milady! Ah! You scared me! You're the one who scared me! Why were you just standing there, zoning out like that? It's just that... I just felt that label on the crate looked oddly familiar. Like, I've seen it somewhere before.
Who messaged me?
Any idea when you might have seen it?
It should have been pretty recent, but nothing else is coming to mind at the moment. My apologies for the delay. Let's leave the hollow as soon as we can.
What's given that Persona vibes is especially just a bunch of youngsters trying to deal with like corrupt adults. After leaving the hollow, the group makes their way back to Phylum Heights.
We finally made it back to Phylum Heights. It's already dark now.
Everyone? Good work today.
I was planning to tease the princess about her lack of stamina, but looking at you now, there's no point. Since there's nothing more we can do today, let's just call it.
Yeah, Alice's secret cracked. I mean, she's a playable character, so... Alright, I'll contact you as soon as we finish calculating the route.
Alright, I'll contact you as soon as we finish calculating the route.
Meanwhile...
Excuse me. Sorry to bother you all, but are you Miss Alice Timefield?
Yes, that's me. And you are...
Oh, I'm a concierge from Porcelumix in charge of receiving guests. We just received a package addressed to you.
A package? Where was it sent from?
I'm very sorry. There's no sender information on the package, and due to its size, it's not easy to move. So, for now, we've had to store it in our warehouse. If possible, would you mind coming with me to take a look? Since it was sent specifically to Waifei Peninsula, it might be something important.
All right, understood. If you'll excuse me, I'll take my leave for now.
Alright, shortly after, somewhere in Phylum Heights.
The place where the package is stored. How far is it exactly?
We're almost there. Sorry for the trouble.
Oh no.
Since the package is quite large, we wanted to be careful.
How did we get baited into this? How did she get baited into this? Hopefully the friends are following along. Like, does that not sound suspicious to the other friends? I'm hoping that maybe they followed Alice.
In case something goes wrong during the delivery. What on earth?
Easy.
I didn't think we'd actually be right.
You didn't seriously believe we'd let our guard down around you, did you?
Yeah, that's sloppy ass work from the guy. Incredibly sloppy work from the guy. Soon after at the Swabian Temple, after bringing that fake concierge back, Senior Panda and Minato went to interrogate him. Wonder if they're done yet. I should go check. Love how, like, shapely Wise's butt is with the Yunquei Summit outfit.
You're here, Belle.
What's the situation inside?
Well, it feels like we witnessed a whole new side of Master Pan. Master Pan must have watched a ton of crime dramas. He even said lines like, "Lighter sentence if you confess, harsher if you resist. Want some fried rice?" And, "Sorry, I'm a mystic."
Are you alright, Alice? Being the bait must have been pretty scary.
There's no need to worry. I'm quite all right. I may not be the best at dealing with unexpected situations, but thankfully, we were prepared for this one.
Not long ago, on the way back from Sailoon Bay.
By the way, did you guys feel anything?
What do you mean?
You mean the guy that's following us? So you also felt as if we were being followed?
Yeah. At first I thought I was just being paranoid because we ran into Miss Timefield and Miss Isolde. But now it's clear we've had a tail since this morning.
Another tail? How many people are tailing us? First it was Alice, and then it was Isolde, and then there was there's another party. I'm getting fifth partied.
What should we do? Should we get him?
But we don't have any solid proof that they're up to something. Even if we catch them, they'll just brush it off. Plus, we would risk giving ourselves away.
I agree with the proxy. Besides, they probably haven't tried anything because we've got numbers on our side. Once one of us is alone, chances are he'll make his move. If we can figure out who they're after, we might be able to bait them into slipping up. I think I'm probably the one they're after. How come? Because I just remembered. The crate that hit my window last night had the exact same label as the one we saw in the hollow. Then we were right. That fake concierge really was the one smuggling stuff into the hollow. They tried to go after Alice just because she saw the crate. Whatever they're moving, it has to be something big.
Okay, so is it involved with Isolde or Damien Blackwood?
Oh, look! Master Pan and Mr. Komino are coming out.
Senior, how did the interrogation go?
He confessed. He told us everything. Come on, let's step away a bit. Don't want that guy overhearing us. Don't worry, Beelion and the others are watching him. All All right, this spot'll do. I'll keep it short. That guy was smuggling ether explosives into the hollow.
Ether explosives?
Exactly. It was disguised as insulation material during transport, but he didn't dare swap in stronger ropes, worried it'd raise suspicion. That's why the ropes snapped during the lift. He heard Alice shout, and since the crate was damaged, assumed she'd seen the explosives. So he decided to silence her, fearing the whole thing would be exposed.
So that's what happened. But I never even saw what was inside the crate. Pitiful. Trying to hide one crime by committing an even greater crime.
Good thing you all stayed sharp. He played himself and walked right into the trap.
Yeah, that was mad sloppy work for them.
What were they planning to do with the explosives?
He doesn't know the exact plan. He's at the bottom of the chain. The orders came from his superior at Porsalumex.
Ah, it's fucking Damien.
But he said they've been transporting them for 2 weeks now. I did a quick estimate, and the amount of explosives in the hollow is already enough to flatten 100 Swabian temples.
Damn. Why?
They're definitely planning to use those explosives to destroy something. It's clear now that their crimes aren't just about profiting from illegally producing high-value goods. There's a lot more going on.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, we also have some good news and bad news. Which do you want first?
Let's hear the bad news first. Maybe the good news will cheer me up after.
All right. The bad news is, he said tomorrow night is the final run for transporting the explosives. But on the other hand, we found an access card and password on him. You can finally get into that elevator you couldn't access before.
So that means tomorrow's the deadline, and their plan is about to succeed. What's everyone thinking?
We must stop them. As a member of the Timefield family, I can't just stand by and do nothing in the face of such evil.
Evil, you say? And if Ishuan and Miyabi hear this...
What's wrong? I always thought you were just a nervous, wishy-washy overthinker. Never figured you had this much fire in you.
Miss Timefield, yuzuha means she's really grateful you're willing to keep helping us. And so am I, of course.
Monato, next time you skip internship classes to work on your side gigs, don't expect me to cover for you.
All right, everyone. It looks like we've made our decision. Let's head back into the Hollow tomorrow morning for another investigation. If we find any critical clues, we'll call for backup immediately.
Yeah, I really love the dynamics between these three, everybody in Spook Shack.
Sounds like a plan. Tomorrow, Junior Wise and I will provide support from within the temple. Junior Bell, give Shifu a call now. Let's see what she says.
Shifu, can we hear Yishuan?
It's getting late, and we've got an early start tomorrow. You should all stay at Swabian Temple tonight. That way, we can look out for each other.
Belle, you go ahead and call Yishuan Shifu first. We'll take care of everyone's accommodations.
Can't interact with everybody here. Huh? We're all bunking together, cute. My game crashed again. Why does this keep happening? The hell? Something happened. That's the second time this crashed tonight. Kind of fucked up for it to crash because I was gonna call it after this scene. You dial Yishuan's Shifu, you dial Yishuan's Shifu's number and tell her everything that has happened over the past few days.
I see.
Yishuan.
In any case, Belle, you must all be extremely careful when you head into the Hollow tomorrow. Porsalumix has been busy dealing with the safety investigation, yet our enemies haven't faltered in carrying out their plans. That means they're out of time and desperate to act.
So you mean that they don't have full control over this situation? There's some other factor that's forcing them to act?
It must be so. I shall head out once I settle things tomorrow and should be back at Suibin Temple by night. Strictly speaking, Yunque Summit should stay out of Waifei Peninsula's affairs, but given the urgency, we'll make an exception.
Sorry to trouble you, Shifu.
There's no need to be so polite. Oh, right. Nothing. Never mind.
Oh, what's wrong?
What is it, Shifu?
Well, it's nothing particularly significant. Just these past few days, I've had a lingering sense of unease.
Oh, must be when that the Exaltists managed to revive or managed to summon like a fucked up version of her sister.
A few days after we brought the corruption incident under control, some of the data piles in the Hollow suddenly went inactive again. But this time, the data pile failure was brief. The officials believe it was just normal interference caused by the increased miasma levels. I hope I'm just overthinking it. Well, that's all. Go get some sleep. If you want to stay strong, a good sleep schedule is better than any technique.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Shifu. I will follow your guidance, Shifu. We will go to sleep in a short
Understood.
bit.
I'll go and check if everyone's done tidying up.
Then I'll leave you to it. See you tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Another thing that I was complaining about back in like before before the whole of 2.0 dropped was that after you're done with an arc, at least in the main story, in from 1.0 to before 2.0 in Zenless Zone 0, is that after you're done with an arc for a faction, they stop showing up in the main story. There's no like interconnectivity between the factions during the first arc, and now it looks like it looks like they're addressing that issue by having Yishuan be a lot more involved, or at least be a little bit involved. So yeah, they've been addressing a lot of like things that I've been complaining about. Oh. Like Yuzuha has sisters?
The call's already over? I was just about to go say hi to Shifu myself.
Huh? Why is everyone just standing around here?
There's not enough rooms at Suibin Temple right now. No one's comfortable taking Shifu's room, or Senior Fufu's room. And the room Alice stayed in before is being used to hold the prisoner.
But Miss Ukinami and I just decided to share a room.
Oh. There was only one room.
In that case, why don't you two stay with me? My room is a bit more spacious since I have to keep the HDD in there. It'll be like a sleepover.
No problem. Whatever makes you happy.
Girls' night. After that, everyone worked together to move the furniture and set up the bedding, folding beds, and everything else. A girls' night.
Are you sure it won't be too cramped with the three of you staying here?
Don't judge our space needs by your build! Besides, with this kind of vibe right now, doesn't it feel just like a field trip?
Wow, you're right! I've heard all about them before, but I've never actually been on one of those trips myself.
You never went on a field trip as a student?
No, never. My school has a lot of aristocratic kids, so they thought trips were too risky, and didn't want us spending time showing off and competing like that either. So, we never had one.
Oh, so no sports festival? That's so sad. No field trips, no sports festivals?
Perfect! Then tonight, you get to experience the joys of commoner life. First on the agenda, ghost stories. Wait! Ghost stories? Judging by that face, milady, I can tell that you're the perfect audience. Don't worry, I'll make sure it's a night you'll never forget.
Ooh, count me in too.
Girls' night. Wait, I love the color coding for this crew. They're like red, blue, and like yellow.
What's wrong?
My belt feels a bit heavy. I wanted to take it off, but the buckle seems to be jammed.
Hold still. Let me take a look. We sometimes get similar issues with the crafts at our shop, so I always carry a toolkit with me. See? Here.
Well, a rather exquisite folding crochet needle. Interestingly, it was placed at the back of a colorful decoration resembling a character in a cartoon. Looks like it was improvised from a hairpin.
Huh? This is... It's a little tool I made by modifying a hair clip. It's also my lucky charm. You probably recognize this character, right? That show was super popular when we were kids.
Wow, it's Magic Sailor Boo! I used to wait for it to air every week when I was little. How nostalgic.
Right. Yes.
Are you all right? You don't look too happy. Is there something wrong with the hair clip?
It's nothing.
Don't brush me off. Something's definitely bothering you, right?
Actually, I had a pair of hair clips just like this when I was little. They were my favorite, but I lost one of them.
How did you lose it?
Looking at Alice's expression, it doesn't seem as simple as just losing something.
This isn't my first time in Wi-Fi Peninsula. When I was very young, I came here once with my grandfather and father. We visited Porcelumex's lab inside the hollow.
Are they like... Did they meet before?
It was my first time being in a hollow, so I was really excited and wore the clips that day. But just as we were leaving Wi-Fi Peninsula, I suddenly realized the left one was missing.
Oh, they probably met before. What the heck are on Yuzuha's ears? I'm not sure. I think it's like one of those things that enhance your hearing. I forgot what those are called. What is it? Not the cochlea implants? What are you talking about? Where are her pointy ass ears? What do you mean? She does. She doesn't. She's human? As far as I know.
At that point, our whole family was already in the car heading home. But when my father saw me crying over that lost clip, he got out of the car. Daddy, can you really find my Sailor Boo?
Of course. It's your favorite.
You might be losing it.
We have to find it. I just happen to have some more questions for the lab researchers anyway. You and Grandpa head home. I'll be back once I find your hair clip.
Thank you, Daddy. It's a promise then. You have to find Sailor Boo. If you don't, you can't come back.
Oh. Never mind. Motherfucker, this is playing out like that one side quest in Daybreak 1. She lost the hairpin. Dad went to find it. He never came back.
Your wish is my command, little princess. Sir Lionel shall reclaim your lost treasure without fail.
I never imagined that would be the last time I'd ever see him.
Damn. The sleepover, field trip, sleepover, kinda... The vibes are off now.
Huh? My father got into a car accident on the way home. Public security believes it was caused by fatigue. He crashed into the guardrail on a sharp turn. The fire from the crash was so severe. Grandpa couldn't bear for me to see my father like that. So I only attended his funeral.
Damn, holy shit.
Can I ask one more thing? What happened to the hair clip you lost?
Public security searched the crash vehicle, but found nothing like the hair clip. Not even any fragments.
I was about to say, goddamn, he got Bucky Barned.
That's why.
Same brain. He got Bucky Barned. I was gonna say the exact same thing, but I was waiting for them to finish.
Don't be ridiculous! This wasn't your fault! You can't blame yourself like that!
Yuzuha, are you alright?
Sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
It's quite alright. I know you mean well, Mizukinami. It's not often we get to talk, and I really brought the mood down. Let's change topics.
Yeah, vibes are off now. I'm going to sleep.
Right. Since Mizukinami's hair clip is a good luck charm, there must be a story behind it. Would you be willing to share?
It's nothing special, really. This hair clip was simply the first gift I got when I was a kid. So I kept it as a lucky charm.
From who?
That's it? I thought there'd be some dramatic, plot twisty story behind it.
Same.
I thought the same as Belle and Mr. Komono.
I'm not hiding anything. I'm just telling it like it is. And come on! We all know each other pretty well by now. So you don't have to keep calling me Miss Ukinami or Minato Mr. Komono. Especially every time I hear you say Mr. Komono. I have to hold back my laughter so hard my abs start to hurt.
Very well. From now on, let's be more casual with one another.
After chatting for a while, Minato and Wise go back to their room. You have to fight the urge to keep talking and obediently close your eyes, knowing you all had things to do the next day. And then at dawn...
Everyone's up. Looks like we're all in good shape. Let's get ready to move out.
I'm betting that the hair clip that she has was definitely like a gift from Alice. They've met before as kids. Wouldn't that be nice? Can't believe Alice has homophobia in her eyes.
Belle, you take everyone to the Hollow with Eos. Senior Inhu and I will support you from afar.
Eos time. Alright, well... Where are we? Let me look it up. Because there's somebody else that I'm following that's trying to go through the update. And I think it's like 4 hours long. Pretty long update, actually. Yeah, I'm way past, like, I think... I'm close. I'm right at the halfway point mark, so this is perfect. Anyways. There's 2 of them. Let me out of here.
Got a new ghost story to share?
Why am I low on everything? I didn't pre-farm for Yuzuha. I didn't pre-farm for Yuzuha, fuck me. Well, there's always tomorrow. They're also dropping the event. Oh no, they're dropping the event Thursday, I think. Or is it tomorrow? The beach episode. Anyway, we're at the halfway point of the new main story update. It's also a pretty lengthy one. I like that Zenless Zone Zero started doing like lengthy main story updates, just like Honkai Star Rail. People don't like longer stories because they wanna blast through the main story update in like one sitting. Not trying to make the most out of like. Trying not to savor the update. People are trying to like speed through these updates, not trying to enjoy it. So, not us. We like to enjoy. We like to take things slow. Tomorrow exists for us. But anyways, yeah, we'll continue tomorrow. It's actually pretty interesting. A lot better than how 2.0 was, I think. Kind of. But we'll see. I feel like once we head down there, we're gonna hit the climax. Yeah, she doesn't have elf ears at all. You can't even see her ears. Oh, wait, you can kind of see it. Oh yeah, there it is. It's right there. Is it actually like cochlear implants? I feel like it is. I've never seen like headsets looking like that. Anyways, GG's. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you have a great night. Get a good night's sleep. Peace, peace. See you later. Love how her sweater looks. They don't make good sweaters like that anymore. Like wool. Hard to find. Like I feel like the quality of like wool sweaters has been like dropping over like the past decade or so. It's all like synthetic now, which sucks. I want a genuine like wool sweater. Anyways, GG's. Peace, peace. See you all later.